I'm going crazy. 무뎌져.
Mr. John, she's back from Busan. Shit, who? John Nari, Jungkook's grandma. Wow, you happily smiled. No way. He screamed out the freaking out face and annoyed face. But why? His two eyes were wooden. He shook his head. You don't know her, man. He's a living Hitler. Her mouth was an O shape. Just then a house helper brought two suitcases in the living room, and a woman in traditional but simple hanbok entered the living room. Her hairs were tied up in some old hairstyle. By looking at her figure, she doesn't look a grandma at all, instead of a woman in her 40s. Her gaze piercing the soul of each thing in front of her gaze. She gave the aura of that legend. Omoni, Mrs. June got up from her chair with Mrs. June greeting Jungkook's grandma. You and Jung looked at each other and then stood up from your places. Should we hide somewhere or leave this house for a few days? You looked at him, dumbfounded, and shook your head. Stop acting like a child, girl. She is your grandma. Let's go greet her. You blasted a pure smile on your face and walked to her, followed by a party chunk of welcome, grandma. You paused for a second, called her grandma with your sweetest voice. Her gaze shifted from your mother-in-law to you before speaking. She looked at you from top to bottom. She also looked at your dress and tucked your hair behind your ear in nervousness now. Then she looked at Jungkook, who was standing like a statue. Jungkook, she whispered Jungkook's name and eyed him to greet his grandma. Jung quickly moved from his place. Welcome back. Jung leaned down, hugging her. She softly hugged him back, but both didn't say a word. Then she took 2 steps closer to you and grabbed your hands in her. You looked down at your hands and then at Jungkook, who shrugged his shoulders. She picked out something shining from the side of her dress, and after placing it on your palm, she closed your hand. You noticed it was a traditional old-style hairpin that you put in your hairs to keep your hairs together. This is not a normal hairpin. It's a tradition to give a traditional hairpin to our daughter-in-laws. It's a sign and responsibility to keep her home and family together like she does with her hairs gently and carefully. Because hair is the most important part of a woman's body and her beauty. Oh, you understood her words somehow. I will do my best. She nodded simply and walked past you to the dining table. You looked at Mrs. Chung. Don't worry, honey. She may look rude from outside, but from inside, she's the softest person. You lightly smiled at her and nodded. And also keep the pin at some special place, not here and there, okay? Now let's go have breakfast. You all said to have breakfast. Mom, have these pancakes or wine. Have specially made these for everyone. You nervously smiled, thinking, what if she doesn't like them? You rubbed your hands in your palm, but your hand was held by Jungkook on your lap. He gave you a calm expression of don't panic. Grandma tasted the pancake and nodded. Good. Sad and relieved, Jung gave you a proud smile. After breakfast, you were sitting in your room unboxing some of your wedding gifts while Jung was with his father discussing some work things. Until now, you found perfumes, beauty products, purse, shoes, etc. Until you saw a purple box. It took your attention because it had jasmine flower with a little card stick on it. You keep this now. You picked it up and read the card on it. I'm damn sure my wife will look so hot in this with her rosy cheeks. You'll blink your eyes. This is from Jungkook. You unwrapped the box and opened its cover. And as he said in the card, your cheeks turned rosy because it was a black silk nightdress and a one. Underneath there was another red silk nightdress, same as black one, and a little note beside them. You opened it and read it. Can choose one, so bring both for you. But black is my color, Shino. Your mouth was hung open after reading this. Your face was all red until now, imagining yourself while wearing this. A shy smile spread over your lips. Your gaze fell upon the photo frame of Jungkook in the room. You got up and picked it up, then sat back at the bed beside the gift he gave to you. So Mr. Jungkook, I didn't know that you were a kinky type person. Well, there's a secret I want to tell you. You kept the frame closer and whispered, I secretly like what you always do. You giggled by yourself, then you stared at his picture. You know that until now, never once I replied to your 3 words, I love you, but not even once you asked me to say it back. You are mature enough to know that I need time, even though I knew you were the one for me, but still, but I'll not keep these words silent in me anymore because Jungkook, I'm crazily in love with you. You kissed his picture, smiling, but then there was a knock on your bedroom door. Come in, you said. Mrs. Chan entered the room with a glass of milkshake. Mom, fine, honey. I was looking for you actually. Do you need anything more? Yes. She looked at the glass of milkshake in her hand and then at the bed. Her eyes frowned, but then she said, Can you please make Chunk bring this milkshake? He's so dramatic when it comes to drinking milk. No problem, I'll make sure he drinks the whole glass. I can't doubt that, but my daughter-in-law has such a good choice in making my son happy. Your expression frowned at her words, but you nodded. She left after giving you glass. You turned to clean the bed. When your eyes fell upon the revealing tears in your eyes within, that's why Mom was looking at me like that. You cupped your face in embarrassment as John Jungkookff. You found out that right now Jung was working out at his gym he made in the corner of house, so you walked to his mini gym. No doubt why he's a muscle bunny, because he worked out like a freak. You mumbled to yourself looking down, but when you looked up, the view in front of you made you frozen on your place and roll over. Your eyes forgot how to blink, and your heart forgot how to beat normally. Your innocent eye forgot what innocence is. Your husband right in front of your eyes was shirtless and doing push-ups. His hairs are damp wet, sweat dripping off his neck and bare back with his bicep muscles popping out, his torso going up and down. You gulped with your dry throat. Damn. You quickly cupped your mouth as you said out loud. As Jung heard your voice, his head turned to your side with a smirky chuckle. He stood up straight and walked to you. Your round eyes were out of control. As your gaze crossed from his face down towards his sweating abs, you finally blinked when he stood close to you with a smirk plastered on his lips. Princess, your eyes tell that you dearly love this view. Your eyes almost popped out when he said that. No, I don't. It's not like that. You were looking everywhere except him until your face was cupped by him. He bit his lower lip as eyes goes from your eyes to your lips. You don't need to lie or hide about your excitement when it comes to us. He slowly whispered in his deep voice, brushing his fingers on your cheek, his arms sneaking in your vest. He tilted his head and again whispered, Do you wanna see me working out? You unintentionally bobbed your head up and down, making him smirk wide, but then you came to your senses. Yeah, I'm here to give you this milkshake, not for a dirty talk. Drink this. He ordered him. His face fell when he saw the milkshake, but then again, his evil mind thought of something. Okay, I'll drink it, but at one condition. What condition? It's that he leaned in again to whisper, I'll do push-ups and you will lay under me. Your body caught shivers. But then you have promised to Mrs. John that you will make him drink it. Okay, but you will not do anything more. I didn't say I'll do anything more, but if you want to. He leaned to your lips, but you turned your face and chuckled. No, now be quick. I'm a busy woman. As you say, my highness. You kept the glass aside and lay on the mat, looking around. You work out daily? You asked him while he set the timer on the stopwatch maybe. It depends, but mostly yes. I don't skip workout to try not to. Oh, Jung came back standing in front of you while you were lying down. He tried to divert your attention. I can't run on treadmill too. I'm gaining weight, I think. But before you completed his intention, got on his knees while hovering you and positioned himself to do push-ups. But the position he was in made your voice disappear. His face was just in front of you. You only need to eat healthy, otherwise he pushed up and then came down. You are perfect. You heard me, he said, looking into your eyes. His hands were placed on both sides of your head. It was like you were caged by him. It was only him, for you everywhere. How can you zone out when the Chong was hovering over your shoulders? He asked, getting your attention and doing his push-ups. You seriously looked at him. Because I prefer your soul over your body. This time, his breath hissed by your words and he stopped to have a look into your eyes. He felt those words said by someone. Lovers bound by souls don't discuss bodies. You always said that. I'm unbeatable with words, but I swear this time you won with words. You giggled. I'm learning from you. Your smile made his heart beat fast, that his heart and emotions went out of control. He leaned in, capturing your lips in his. You carefully wrapped your arm around his neck, closing your eyes and giving in to him. His full body leaned over yours that you can feel every inch of him on you. He took your lip in his upper one, over it. He almost in his mouth, in your mouth, fighting for dominance. Your arms around his neck, tied in, hiding your face in his. Your body started to get heated by the intimacy. You felt his tattooed arm going down and pulling you along, up until your knees and his arm inside. Your body jolted when you felt his touch over your skin. He tried to break after being out of breath. Tapping his shoulder, he stopped and slowly backed off while breathing heavily. You closed your eyes, trying to breathe normally. He placed his forehead over yours and pecked your lips, smiling. I love you too. He chuckled at first and paused, realizing that you replied. You wildly smiled, watching his shocked expressions. What? Can you repeat? Am I hearing correct? You giggled and again said, I love you, Jungkook. I'm saying this in all my senses, that I'm in love with my dear husband, Jungkook. Jung laughed. Damn it, Van. He made you stand up with him and picked you up, spinning. Oh God, Jungkook. He tightly gripped his shoulders. He stopped and spoke. You don't know how much you made me happy. For the world, these 3 words would be short and cheesy, but for me it's not less than a big achievement of my life. Keeping you down, he again pecked your lips. Damn, I can't even get tired of from these lips. Okay, now leave me and grab this glass of milkshake. Drink it right now. You picked up the glass and held it in front of him. He made a disgusting face like a baby. No, Jungkook, no more weird faces. You literally work out this much and also office work. Your mind and body need energy. Now drink it. Jungkook showed you his big doe eyes. No, not even these eyes. Okay, ma'am. You smiled, giving him glass. But you both don't know that someone was looking at you from outside the gym. That was Jungkook's grandma. She saw how you cared for him, for his health, how much you make him happy by your little smile. A little smile formed over her lips, and she went from there, leaving the lovey-dovey couple in their own world. Okay, I'll drink it, but one more condition. But Jungkook, I told you. Please hear me out. Say, have a sip from it. What? Please, he kept the glass in front of your lips, but then decided to do it for him. You opened your mouth and placed your lips on glass and took a sip while he was holding it in his hand. Done. He moved the glass to his lips, but turned it and placed his lips on the same place where you placed your lips to take a sip. Your cheeks turned pink when he was drinking from the same place and directly looking at you until the last sip of it. See, it's finished. You shyly smiled, taking the glass from his hand. At night, after preparing dinner, Mrs. Chen told you to call Grandma for dinner, so you went to her room to ask her for dinner. Today it was your 3rd encounter with her. That's a little awkward, but not a negative type. You knocked at her room door and heard a faint come in. Slowly opening her room door, you carefully went inside and closed the door back. Grandma, dinner is ready. Mom was asking if you could join us for dinner. He respectfully asked her with a light smile. She was sitting on her bed with a book in her hand. After seeing you, she looked at the book and then at you. Fine, daughter, come here, sit. Your eyes turned soft when she called you by your name for the first time. You walked to her bed and sat in front of her. Then noticed the book she was holding wasn't a book but a photo album. This is a photo album of my kids and then my grandkids that I always keep with me. And for the first time, you saw a smile on her face. Few pictures in this were captured by Jungkook's grandpa. Wow, that's so cute. He glanced at the pictures. She turned the album to you so you can look at them more properly. This is Jungkook when he was only 2 years old and his cousins. He awed while looking at baby Jungkook. It's like Jungmin is little version of Jungkook. Jungkook was such a naughty but brilliant kid. He loved every person around him when he was a kid. Really? This picture looks like they are from a countryside village. So beautiful. Yeah, these pictures are taken when our family was gathered at our village in Busan. That means Jungkook still visits there, right? Looks like he really loves this place. Grandma started looking at the picture and you were talking about. I wish he still loved this place as before. What do you mean, Grandma? Jungkook was only 5 years old when he last visited these places, and when his grandpa left us in this world, he was really close to his grandpa. Really that he cherishes every and each thing that belongs to his grandpa. In my kids, only Chung's father was more successful. So when Jungkook's grandpa left, I had to distribute a few properties among my kids. That must be so difficult. I'm really sorry to hear that. Shook her head and sighed. That was a real difficult time. Jungkook told me not to worry about him and his family, but there was a pond that Chunk always cherishes because it has most memories of him and his grandpa. But unfortunately, one of my sons had to sell it due to his financial condition, and we no longer have that pond in our property. From that day, Chung didn't talk with me properly. If you want, then I can talk to him about this. No, dear, I know he doesn't hate me, but he just thinks that I don't care about him and his emotions, that I'm a rude grandma who doesn't care about anyone and always talk harshly. Your face said and thinking how messed up Jungkook would be about this. I have only one request for you. She looked at you with hope in her eyes. Yes, can you please for once bring Jungkook back to our village? But Grandma, her request made your thoughts jumble up confusingly. She held your hand, smiled. I know you can convince him, my daughter. Please, it's a request from this old grandma. No, Grandma, don't say like that. I'll do my best. I can't promise. She pecked your hand and cupped your cheeks. My Chunk is so lucky to have such a great wife. You smiled at her words, but inside you're fighting with yourself now. After dinner, you were sitting on the vanity applying lotion on your arms when Chung entered the room and kept a file on the side table. You were in your thoughts about how you will talk to him. Will it be good or not? It's your first day after marriage. How will he react? You can't even ask for help from your mother. But you can try, right? When? Why? And you came out of your thoughts when Chung kept his hand over your shoulder. Huh? What were you even thinking? That he zoned out while sitting? He chuckled and gave him a fake smile. What happened? He turned you around from the mirror and sat on his knee in front of you while holding your hand. No, nothing. Chung noticed you weren't looking at him, so he cupped your face and made you look at him. Now look into my eyes and tell me what happened. I'm missing my parents. Yeah. You made up a lie. Chung frowned but then held your hands and guided you to bed. Come here and lay down. Then he dimmed the lights in the room and walked to the other side of the bed. Removing his shirt, he climbed on the bed and pulled sheets up. Then he opened his arm for you. You squinted closer to him, laying your head on his chest. His fingers brushed your hairs up and down. If you're really missing them, you should have told me before, love. Or if you want them, we can tomorrow go and meet your parents. But then he shook your head, snuggling in his chest more, closing your eyes. No, it's okay. Are you sure? Great. Are you tired? He asked, being the most caring husband as always. He smiled and placed a peck over his chest. More than me, you're tired. You looked up at him. He leaned and brushed his nose with yours. I'll take it as yes, and now sleep. I want my wife to be healthy and perfect the next morning, so we will talk and laugh together and not forget about the romance part. You didn't forget about gym part, right? Your cheeks turned pink when you talk about it. Sleep, I'm tired. You again snuggled in his arms and he giggled. I love those pink cheeks of yours, especially when you get shy or my words. Jungkook, you sulk. Okay, sleep, my princess. Good night, and only dream about me loving you. He softly punched his biceps, but then pecked at same place. Good night. Chung tightly hugged you, closing his eyes and sleeping, while you opened your eyes, thinking how to convince him about what Ramna said. I hope tomorrow holds happiness for our relationship. You whispered and closed your eyes.